Rise and shine, folks. It's time to hunt. Hey, it's getting close to that time of year. We're coming into the hunting season all over, and Midwest. We're just about to hit the pre-rut, and the deer are about to be really on the move. The bucks are really going to be on the move soon. But thanks for tuning in this week. First of all, what we want to do, we want to remind you about the hunting giveaway that we're doing in January this year. Myself, my brother Mike, and Don Bell, we're going to be giving away a free hunt. The only catch is you got to join the 1/10 to 1% club, which is this bottle right here, a 26-ounce bottle of the finest deer scent, deer urine that's ever been on the market. So you buy that deer urine right there. You also get the other club benefits that they're about to put up on the screen there. And also that puts you in the drawing to a free hunt. This is going to be in Dallas County, Alabama, which is a great place. It'll be at our personal property and lodge. You just get yourself there and we handle the rest. We'll handle the food and the lodging, but the transportation is on you. You just get there and we'll take care of the rest. We'll have a great time. Try to kill a big deer also, a big buck. But to qualify, join the club. You can join it on the website, and that'll put you in the drawing. We're going to do the drawing, actually, we're going to, let's see, the hunt is actually going to be January the 15th through the 17th of 2016. That's pre-rut for us down here in Alabama. So it'll be a rut hunt. So join now. We're going to actually draw on January the 2nd, the day after New Year's. We're going to draw, and we're going to announce the winner live on January the 7th. So that's going to be a fun thing this year. Join the club, and we'll hopefully get you a chance to win. And each bottle you buy, if you buy more than one, that just increases your chances to win. So current club members, you're automatically entered into the club, entered into the drawing. There's no cash value, so we are going to do the hunt. If you don't want to do that, then we'll go on to somebody else. The dates are set, so if you can't make the dates, then we'll have to draw somebody else. But hopefully, guys, we'll have a lucky winner here before long. But now Don's out. He's still out doing seminars. He's about to wrap it up. Matter of fact, I think he'll probably be back next show. I think he'll be back then, and hopefully get him back in this seat right here. And but he's really been hitting it hard out on the road. He's been all over the U.S. Doing seminars, just nonstop. But anyway, well, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we'll get this thing started.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% D3 BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Introducing Scent Defense, a revolutionary 3-in-1 formula from Top Secret. Infused with antimicrobial silver copper synergy technology to attack odor before it starts. Fortified with NeuroX to attack and repel insects instantly. Scent Defense is specifically formulated to attract deer while simultaneously destroying odor. Scent Defense, the 3-in-1 formula for success.
All right, guys, we're back, and first of all, we're going to jump right into some question and answers with Top Secret website. First of all, we got Kirk Grenendall. I hope I didn't butcher that name, but Kirk Grenendall from Fredericksburg, Virginia. He's asking, do you need the vacuum pump system with the synthetic products? I am in Virginia, and they outlawed urine-based deer products. Well, Kurt, it's funny you asked that. We are fully aware. That's why we have the synthetics. And matter of fact, we are selling quite a bit of synthetics in Virginia. But that's a great question because you do not have to have the vacuum pump for the synthetics. It won't break down, so you don't have to have it. So great question. That'll probably save you a little money there, and but it's a great product. It's a great product. So that is kind of a bummer that they outlawed that. I sure wish they could get that reversed. You know, myself, of course, I prefer the real thing, but it's a great product anyway. But all right, we got another top secret website question. We got Randy Pace from Athens, Alabama. It says, if I buy a foaming deer scent one year, will it still be good the next year? Well, Randy, that's a great question, and the biggest difference with Top Secret is just that. It's collected oxygen free from collection to bottle, so which means it doesn't break down. This is an example right here of a deer urine that's already broken down. I don't know if you can tell, but there's the color of it. It's a real dark. That's the way everybody else on the market, that's what theirs looks like. It's a dark, kind of a dark brown. Well, the way it should look is this right here. It should look like this. That's the way it should look. Big difference. Ours is collected oxygen-free, bottled oxygen-free. The foam, same way, oxygen-free. So it's going to be good for the next year and the next. So you don't have to buy any more. It's still good. Now, if you just want to get some more, we'll sell it to you. But you don't have to. So hang on to it and use that foam up. That's one of my favorites, the foam. It's real easy to use. Now we got a Facebook question from Don McRae, Minnesota City, Minnesota, up there where it gets real cold. How do you cover your human scent when you have to relieve yourself, take a pee, or deer spook from human urine? I'm gonna tell you, that's been the $1 million question, seems like, for a long time. But I myself, I'm a big bow hunter, so I'm always very careful to always watch scent for anything. So myself, I always take a urinal of some sort with me to the stand, because I mean, it may not bother them. I've had people say, man, it don't bother them a bit. I pee all the time at the stand and it doesn't run them off. They don't care. But I don't want to take that chance, especially if I got a buck of a lifetime, 20 or 30 yards, and if that causes him to bolt and run, I'm gonna be mad at myself for simply not peeing in a can or something, you know, to hold it in for a little bit longer. But especially on the all-day hunts, man, I tell you, having a urinal, which they're a little hard to find, but they do make some out there on the market that are pretty easy, pretty portable. They do make some that are disposable. They have some stuff in there that when you void, it goes in there and it binds to the crystals in there and it kills the bacteria, whatever it does, and you just throw it away. But anyway, I myself, that's a great question, Don, but I myself, I think it does spook them. I mean, our urine's different. We eat different stuff. It's just different. To me, I just wouldn't do it. You know, you might have a chance at a big buck, and if that does it, then you'll be kicking yourself all the way back to the camp. So, all right, we got another top secret website question. Paul King from Auburn, Indiana says, what is the shelf life of the 23-ounce reserve products? Well, Paul, this is it. It's actually 26 ounces, and this is what you're talking about here. This is our reserve. Shelf life, kind of like the foam a while ago, it's a long time, whereas most or all other deer scents on the market, they've already hit oxygen, so they're going to ammoniate. They're already ammoniating before it even gets to the shelf. So when you buy it, it's already breaking down and turning dark. So the longer that happens, the more it's going to put off that ammonia smell. Well, that ammonia smell, it gets stronger and stronger. That's going to tell that buck that there was a deer there, but he ain't there no more. He used to be. Now, the top secret, that's the whole premise behind it. no oxygen, it doesn't break down, tells him there's a deer there now instead of 2 days ago or a day ago or 2 hours ago even. So that's the big difference. And since it's oxygen free, as long as you take the scent saver out, Paul, and you use that every time, and you can plug this right in the top of the wine bottle, or you can just take it, pour some of it in there, fill it up 3 ounces, pump it out. It's good to go for the whole hunting season and the next hunting season. So, but you just make sure to pump your this bottle out as well. You'll get an extra plug, and so you want to pump both of them out, get the oxygen out of it, and man, you're good to go for at least this season and the next. So it's got a great shelf life. Now we got another top secret website question from Ben Kobos from El Dorado Spring, Missouri. Said, I've never killed a deer with my bow for over 14 years. What am I doing wrong? Can somebody help me? Well, Ben, there's some other factors I'm not sure about, but it depends on where you're hunting. You're saying Missouri. I'm not sure what your setup's like, or if you just don't have much property to hunt, or if you're close to the city, or what. But man, I tell you what, get some scent defense and kill your human odor. And it also has a great deer attractant in it as well. Not to mention at the same time, it's going to kill those mosquitoes and keep those mosquitoes and ticks off of you. But spray down with that. You can even take a shower, wash your clothes in it, get out there. You want to make sure to always, even though you do that, make sure to have the wind in your face. You want to be hunting where them deer are coming out. You want to have the wind in your face blowing behind you, so those deer can't smell you. Now, I don't know about the baiting in Missouri. I don't know if you can bait with corn, or that always helps. If you can't, then of course major travel routes or on the edges of fields are great for feeding. But that's the only thing I know to say there. Always keep your scent in check. Always keep the scent in your favor, and getting on good trails, getting on feed patterns and things like that. Man, you can't go wrong. But hopefully that'll help you out. I'm not sure how old you are, but anyway, I think that'll help you. Looks like we got a phone call coming in here, I think Mr. Tom just said. All right. This is Steve Burklow. Who we got? Oh. Lost him. Yep, we lost him. You go to the next question? All right, we'll go to the next question until we can try to get him back on the phone. All right, we got Facebook. We got Jeff Whitman from Council Bluffs, Iowa. Man, Jeff, I'll go hunt in Iowa with you if you want. Hey, we'll hook up now. Iowa's got some huge bucks, much bigger than down here in Alabama. It says, what are bucks doing when they rub their nose and forehead on branches while making a scrape? What does that mean? Well, when a buck's making a scrape, and what they're doing when they have preorbital glands and other glands around their nose and their eyes. They rub that on those leaves and those limbs over the scrape, because that puts off their scent. That's basically what that does. They're putting their identity on that overhanging limb and those leaves. They're letting another buck know, hey, they're telling who they are, letting them know, hey, this is me. Stay out of here. I'm setting this up for my woman, pretty much my woman. But hey, look, that always lets them know what buck is using it. They always want to put their identity out over that scrape. So that's exactly what that is. We back on the phone, or a question? I think we got a phone. All right, you got Steve Burklow. Who we got?
Big Steve.
Don, how are you, sir?
Dog, I'm coming down the interstate. I'm somewhere near and about somewhere in Illinois.
Woo-wee. Man, I could join you up there for a big deer hunt.
Yep, done. Headed south.
Headed south. You on I-24?
Honestly, I know it sounds bad, but to tell you the truth, I don't know. I think I'm on I-57.
57, yeah.
I'm about 80, 90 miles out of Marion, Illinois. So
all right.
Headed south, man. I'm on the tail end of this thing, and we appreciate all the listeners listening in. And we're on the tail end of 8 weeks out here on the road. Big Steve, this good-looking truck, for the listeners, I don't know if you've seen the trucks that we skinned, but, man, these people going down this highway, you can tell who hunts. 'Cause, man, they'll sit out on that horn, hang out the windows.
Yeah.
But hunters love it.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if we have a picture of it, but we don't have a picture of it. We'll have to get one.
Get that up. Hey, listen, you can't make this up. I stopped at a restaurant, and the guys will get a kick out of this, and I get out. Of course, you pull up people looking at this truck. You can't miss it. And the hunters are looking, and all of a sudden, it was at a restaurant. I think this was back in Iowa or Missouri somewhere. Anyway, this good-looking lady comes out with a camera, and I'm thinking, all right, these guys are talking to me, and I'm thinking, all right, she's wanting a picture. She goes over and takes a picture of the truck.
That's right. Tell her you.
There you are, baby. Get it.
Hey, say you want the real thing, huh?
Yes, sir. She took a picture of the truck. I was upstaged by a truck. But, hey, Steve, it's been a long trip. It's a good trip. We got a lot of followers out here on the road. And literally, guys, we've been all over America. And a lot of good people out here. And, people say there's a lot of bad things going on in America. There's a lot of good people out here. And fortunately, doing these seminars, we have the opportunity to meet them, and they're hunters.
Right.
And, boy, I wish you could get out here with me. It's a lot of good folks.
I bet. But then again, I know you glad to kind of get back home.
Man, are you kidding me? Listen, you're going down the road, and people get a kick out of this. I'm going down the road, and I'm looking for deer.
Yeah.
This one phone in one ear, and I'm looking for deer. Now, I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. I don't know if Tom told you this. On this trip last week from Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota. It was only until I got into Wisconsin that I saw the first live deer, and it was a buck, and a decent buck at that.
Wow.
So I'm coming into Illinois about an hour ago, just clicking along down there, and they'd cut the cornfields, and some of them already started plowing.
Mm-hmm.
I look up, Steve, there's a stinking camel standing in a plowed field, a camel.
Come on.
I'm talking about like a camel, a double hump black camel. No fence. Obviously, it belonged to somebody who'd gotten loose. And I'm saying, good Lord, man, I can't even see a deer, but I'm seeing a camel in Illinois.
That's crazy. I'd have never guessed that.
That's right. Well, but yeah, we are headed home, and guys, next week we look forward to being back with you. And it's been a crazy. Ever August, September, October's crazy because we're just traveling everywhere. But we're gonna settle back down in next week, and guys, we got some good-looking stuff to introduce to you. That's what we're doing. Also on the road out here is introducing 2016 products and getting some good reviews on it. So a lot of hunters are gonna be excited about it.
Well, that's great. That's great, Don. Great. Sounds good.
Guys, you hunting this weekend?
Yeah, oh yeah. We're going to kick off the Alabama bow season, start Sunday morning. So, we'll head up Saturday and get ready.
Pigeon, dude. I'm coming back into where I can go climb a tree.
That's right.
If I don't do nothing but fall asleep, I'm going to go climb at a tree. At least I'm gonna be in the woods.
That's right.
Well, look, we appreciate it. And, guys, look, we'll be back next Thursday night. And we look forward to talking to everybody and appreciate everybody, Steve, everybody coming out to the seminars and especially all of our club members.
Absolutely.
Some of these guys, we've had them drive as far away as 2.5 hours to come to meet us. And that's humbling. We do appreciate it and got a lot of good followers, a lot of good people. And want to remind everybody, too, Steve, that, we've got that free hunt going on. Anybody who joins the club, you can go to the page right there in front of you and join the 1/10 of 1% club. And you do that between now and the end of the year, you'll get a chance to be drawn as a winner to come hunt with Steve and Mike and I and have a big time. And I guarantee you'll be entertained.
Absolutely. We might even kill us a big old deer.
There you go.
We're going to try. That's right. We're going to try to put them on it.
That's it. Well, guys, listen, hit that button, join the club, man. We're glad to have you and get your hat in the contest to be able to come go hunting with us. And that hunt, Steve's going to be, I believe it's the third or fourth week in.
It's the 15th through the
January.
17th. Yeah, 15th
Yep.
through 17th of January.
So guys, get your hat in early now. Join the club. Get your hat in where you can get a chance to win it. And if not, we'll see you on the show next Thursday night. Big Steve, take it easy, man.
All right, Don, keep it on the road there, bud.
Dude, we're heading to Alabama.
All right. Thank you, Don.
Sir. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, bye-bye. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Introducing Scent Defense, a revolutionary 3-in-1 formula from Top Secret. Infused with antimicrobial silver copper synergy technology to attack odor before it starts. Fortified with NeuroX to attack and repel insects instantly. Scent Defense is specifically formulated to attract deer while simultaneously destroying odor. Scent Defense, the 3-in-1 formula for success.
All right, guys, we're back, and I'm going to go back to some website questions here. Top secret website question. We got Mike Lemke from Herrick, South Dakota. It says, is the reserve estrus, the 1/10th allocation, gone for the 2015 season? And Mike, good luck, man. No, it's not. It's still here. We still have some left, but it's going fast. So we still got. We also have not just estrus, we have the breeding buck as well. So you can take your pick on that. But if you want the estrus, we do have it in the 26 ounce. You can buy it today, and of course that'll join in for the hunt that we're going to give away in January as well. So another Facebook question, we got Anderson Flanner from Bayfield, Wisconsin. It says, how do you identify a dominant buck in your herd? Well, I tell you what, it's come a long way, but if you got game cameras, they're a huge help these days. Man, that really helps you identify not just dominant bucks, but a great portion of the bucks that you've got in your herd. Not to mention, the dominant buck is not always the biggest rack buck. But usually he's the more, of course he's the older buck, more mature buck. Other than that, I'm not sure how you can identify exactly which one is dominant unless you just are there enough to know when you see him that, of course, he's chasing off everything else. Nobody else wants to mess with him, or if he's got that doe locked up with him, nobody else comes around, he'll snort wheeze at them to keep them out of there. Or just to tell them other bucks, hey, this is my woman, stay, keep your distance from her. That's what he's telling her. But that might be the best way I can tell. But man, those game cameras are amazing to help you identify your herd and let you know what you got. So might give that a try if you're not already doing it, which I'm sure you are. Just about everybody now uses cameras to research and do some operation field ops on their deer herd. So, all right, we got another top secret website question here from Cody Sheehan from Nauvoo, Alabama. Man, I have never heard of that place. I'm not sure where that is. You know where it is? Never heard of it. All right, says, I've been looking and reading about your deer scents. I usually use VS1, but I would really like to try your scents and compare it to other scents. Why is yours better? Which products would you recommend I get first? Well, Cody, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. The biggest difference with ours and every other deer scent company on the market is this. Ours is bottled, and it's actually collected, bottled, oxygen-free. Never hits oxygen. So when oxygen hits urine, or the deer scent, whenever it hits it, it starts ammoniating. It starts breaking down. That's why it starts turning dark. That's why when you buy a bottle of any other deer scent on the market, it's already brown. Ours is not. That tells a deer there's another deer there now as opposed to later or before. So it tells it, hey, there's a doe here or a buck here right now, not 2 hours ago. So that's the biggest difference, is the freshness of Top Secret oxygen free. Now you ask, well, you gotta open it to use it to hunt, don't you? Well, it's going to get oxygen to it. So that's where you come up with a scent saver. So you use a scent saver, you pour all your deer scent out, pour it all into here, all 3 ounces of it, and you take and you pump it out. Just give it a couple of pumps, and there you go. It takes all the oxygen out of it. And you can take it off, pour what you need, put some on your scent drag, or put some in your, some people like to hang them in the tree and use it and pump it back out. You're good to go, Cody. Good to go. Keeps it fresh. Tell you what, it'll keep it fresh not only this season, but the next season. But I tell you what, one thing that's real easy to use, which I really like, Cody, is our foam. We're the only one on the market that has deer scent and foam, and this is the Top Secret. This is our bad boy. This is our buck urine right here, which I use every day of the season. This is our buck urine and foam. It's 8 ounces of foam, and it's already oxygen free every time you pump it. So you don't have to have the scent saver with this. So it's kind of convenient in that respect. So you use that, and also we have it in estrus. This is our estrus right here. It's called Hot Mama Estrus in foam, and you can also do it whenever your rut gets close. You can do doe, buck, and you got a buck chasing a doe right there. So if it were me, I'd do the foam first. That's what I prefer, just because of ease of use. In 2016, we got another way that Top Secret's going to come out. It's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to it. Can't really share that yet, but when it does, I think you'll really like it. So be on the lookout for that. See, we got another Facebook question. We got Jan Fraser from Houston County, Minnesota. Way up there. It says, how often will a buck circle back to check their scrapes? Is there any timetable? Man, I tell you, Jan, these bucks are so crazy, especially that time of year. They're nuts. So, you know, it's hard. There's no timetable that I've ever seen or know of, and I've been hunting for, oh my gosh, over 30 years. So, no timetables. Now, one thing that will make them circle back is deer scent. Another deer's urine, another. You know, if you put deer scent, buck urine, or doe estrus out, and they get a whiff of that when that wind's blowing, that'll bring them back. A lot of times it will. I'm not saying all the time, but also if you'll check that grunt, use that grunt along with your deer scent, it's just a deadly combination. So, you know, they'll circle back. Just depends. Especially they're going to freshen that scrape ever so often. There's no set time. You know, if it rains, of course, they like to get back out there and refreshen that scrape. So I don't know of a timetable. So you can put the estrus, or Hot Mama Estrus, right on the scrape, and you got a good chance of bringing that buck on back in there. So give it a try, Jan. I think you'll like it. Okay, we got a BioShield welcome question here from David Olson from Walcott, Connecticut. It says, does this work on fire ants also? David, that's a good question, and I'm not sure. I don't know that we've ever had that question. We don't put ants on the package. Now, I know myself, I've killed some sugar ants with it before. I sprayed them, and it killed them almost immediately. I don't know about fire ants. I've never tried it on fire ants, so we can't make that claim that it does work on fire ants. That'd be something you just have to try and see. But I'm gonna tell you, it works great on mosquitoes, ticks, and the other things that we show on the package there. It works well. Yeah. What's that?
Spray them in the lung.
Yeah, that's right. Spray them right in the lung, kills them. No, but really, you spray them mosquitoes, man, it keeps them off of you. It keeps the ticks off of you. It works great. And of course, we have it in laundry, and we have it in, of course, the spray, and we also have it in hair and body wash. Now, you use all three. It's just great protection, especially against ticks and mosquitoes as well. So. Bed bugs, of course, and chiggers, red bugs, man, they're awful. They tear you up. It's great. I went and hung stands about 4 weeks ago, and man, I was in that Spanish moss up in that tree rubbing all through it. Normally, I'd have 15, 16 red bug bites all over me. I'd be scratching for a week, but I'd sprayed down with BioShield before going in, and didn't have a single red bug after that. So hung 4 stands that day. Never had a single red bug. So, top secret website question. We got Darren Hannon from Metairie, Louisiana, just up the road here. He said, is the chemical in Scent Defense safe to breathe and safe on skin? What is it? Is it safe for kids to use? And what studies have been done on safety? Well, Darren, the chemical in Scent Defense is several chemicals, and it's right there on the package. It is 100% natural, Darren, so absolutely safe to breathe, and it's safe on the skin, and it's absolutely safe on kids, non-toxic, all natural. So it doesn't even have to go through FDA or EPA because it's called since it's all natural. So it's absolutely safe. So no problem there. We have done our own efficacy studies on Scent Defense and BioShield for that matter. Very safe. You can breathe it in. I spray it. Golly, when I spray it, I mean I put it all over, and I spray it all over my skin. Absolutely, it goes on your skin, your clothes. You definitely want to get it on your skin. I mean that's where you got to keep those mosquitoes off around your head and your neck and all. You gotta spray it down. So. It's got a great scent to it. It's actually designed to be an attractant. Scent Defense is. It attracts deer. Now the BioShield, it's got a little stronger smell, same scent, but it's a little bit stronger. It's full strength, and it's a great product. That's more for our turkey hunters, campers, fishermen, anybody doing anything outdoors that you don't have to worry about attracting deer or spooking a big buck. So that's when you want to use BioShield. But when you go deer hunting, you want to use Scent Defense. So perfectly safe, Darren. I hope that answered your question. We do have studies on that. If you'd like, we could probably get that to you if you're more interested in that. All right, we got top secret. Well, no, Tom's telling me it's time for a commercial break, so we'll take that and we'll be right back.
From Don Bell, the founder of Code Blue, comes Top Secret Reserve Doe Estrus, the finest doe estrus ever collected. Top Secret oxygen-free collection process is a complete generation above Code Blue. Our patent-pending collection process means no ammonia and no ammonia smell. At a limited quantity of 12,000 bottles, only 0.1% of hunters will be lucky enough to add Top Secret to their arsenal. Visit TopSecretDeerScent.com today and join the 0.1% club.
All right, guys, we're back, and hey, this is the point in the show that we like to talk about the 1/10 of 1% club here at Top Secret. This Top Secret's 1/10 of 1%, and what it is this right here. This is 26 ounces of the finest deer urine ever collected. This is actually in-process urine, which means for the breeding, this is breeding buck right here. We actually pulled the old boy right off the doe in process, and so this is the best you'll get right here. It's oxygen free from collection to bottle, so very fresh. All right, we also have 26 ounces in doe estrus, and again, this is the doe that we pulled that old big buck off of. So this is 26 ounces of doe estrus. So all you got to do is buy a bottle of that, either one, and that joins in the 1/10 of 1% club. And there's a lot of benefits that Chris and Tom just flashed up on the screen there. And also, you got to have the scent saver with the. Does that come in? That comes with it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, with a combo, it comes with it. But what you do, you take. This is 3 ounces, a 3-ounce bottle. You take and pour, fill it up. Take and you plug it, and you pump it out, pump the air out of it, and it's oxygen free still. Now you also have a plug for this, for that bottle. You'll plug it and you'll pump it out, keep it oxygen free as well. That's very important. You want to keep your main bottle, you want to keep it fresh all the time. So make sure to do that always. Also, if you join the club now, that also puts you in for a hunt that we're going to give away here at Portland Outdoors. Top Secret's giving away a hunt in January of 2016. Here in about 3 months, we're gonna be taking a winner to Alabama to our hunting lodge. It's in Dallas County, Alabama. We're going to have a hunt. Is going to be January 15th, 16th, and 17th. And I tell you what, all you got to do is get yourself there. We don't provide the transportation, but if you get there, we'll provide the food, the lodging, all the jokes, and all the other stuff. We'll have a great time. Not to mention, we're going to try to put you on a nice buck. So, a lot of deer in Dallas County is one of the heaviest populated deer counties in the state of Alabama. It's a great place. Hopefully, we'll get you a big deer, but enter that. You can buy either bottle. If you buy 2 bottles, one of the estrus and one of the buck, that'll double your chances. We'll put you in twice. So also, now if you're already a club member, you're entered into the drawing. Let's see, we're going to draw on January the 2nd, day after New Year's. We're going to draw, but we won't be announcing the winner until January the 7th. We'll do that live. Is that going to be on a Thursday night show live? Yeah. Thursday night show, January 7th, live. We'll announce the winner. There's no cash value on this, folks. It is the hunt. So if you win, we'll be doing the hunt. If you can't do it for scheduling purposes or dates, you can't make it, we'll have to redraw another winner. So we got to keep those dates. It's already set. But enter your chance to win. We hope you win, folks, and we look forward to doing that hunt. All right, let's see here. We're getting back to a couple of questions. Man, I tell you, it's getting close to hunting season, and we've website and Facebook, they're just going crazy with questions right now. So we're going to try to catch up on these this time of year. It's the way it goes. A lot of people really converging on hunting season right now, especially in the Midwest where the pre-rut is really about to get kicked off. Let's see, we got Paul Stillman from Absecon, New Jersey. Absecon, I'm not sure. Anyway, New Jersey. It says, I have Rutting Buck Reserve and Bad Boy in the foam. What is the difference between the two, and can I use them together? I also have the foam tarsal gland. Is the tarsal from a buck or a doe? Tried the scent defense the other day and not a single chigger. I couldn't believe it. Finally, a product that is safe that really works. Thank you. Well, hey, Paul, we appreciate the feedback on the scent defense. I always like to get that. That's great. It's a great product, and appreciate that. Now, we'll break that question down. The Buck Reserve and the Bad Boy in the foam, hey, it's the same thing. One of them's just foam, one of them's just in a liquid. You can certainly use them together. The only difference is the way that they're available. That one's a foam, but as far as that purpose, it's the same scent and everything. Use either one, use them together. Now the Reserve is actually, the only difference in the Reserve is an in-process collection. So we actually bottled it in process while he's actually mounted on the doe. He's pulled, and that's where we get the Reserve from. We have a lot less of the Reserve in the buck than we do the does, the doe estrus. So that one is harder to get. So if you want some of that, it's pretty scarce. So make sure to get it as soon as you can. Also, let's see. Also, you have the foam tarsal gland. The tarsal is from a buck. That's pulled from a buck, and it just that tells that bucks give off a really musky odor on their tarsals. Closer it comes whenever it comes to the rut. That tarsal. They rub urinate on those tarsals, and man, they really start putting off that musky odor. So yeah, that's pulled from a buck. And yeah, that's all you want to know about that. All right, so you tried the scent defense, and that worked great. Man, that's awesome. I hope that answered your question on that. It was a great question. Fog Zero website question. This is from Garth Gittins from Ottawa, Ontario, up there in Canada. It says, do you have a sales agency in Ontario, Canada? It says the Fog Zero works very well for many sports, hockey being number one. Y'all like hockey up there in Canada, I bet, huh? Yeah, that's a big sport up there. Well, in Canada, I'm not real sure. We don't really have, now we have a couple of, we do have some, I'll say a couple, we have several local independent stores that do carry Fog Zero and the other products. But we don't have an agency or a distributor up there in Canada yet. But now look, for that purpose, it's probably easy to hit the website. You can hit the website and grab it and go. I'll tell you what, you can also you can get Fog Zero from several distributors or retailers here in the U.S. You might check them out first. If you don't have any luck, then you can hit the website and we'll ship it right to you. So we also, Fog Zero, of course, comes in the pen. Grab that. All right. This is the hunting model right here. Fog Zero's the hunting model. That's probably what Garth is speaking about. Of course, that cleans. It's got fog-free solution in it. Has a microfiber towel in the cap. Also has a brush and a buffing pad. There's the brush. And also has a buffing pad. So that's a neat. It's all in one little kit. It's great. Works great. Now we also have an express model. This is a little bit shorter, and this is called our Fog Zero Express model. And all this has the fog-free solution right there. You paint it on your optic, and it has the towel, microfiber towels in the cap. And that's all. It doesn't have the brush or the buffing pad, so this is the Express model. We also, if you really use a lot, Garth, like you're saying, using it on hockey and stuff like that, this is a great size. This is really convenient. It's a 2-ounce bottle of our Fog Zero, and that's so that's the larger bottle. And for the automotive section that we sell, we have it in 8 ounces as well, and a trigger spray bottle. So. All right, let's see. We got another Facebook question. This is from Evan Christie from Ontario, Canada. It says, when is the perfect time to put out doe estrus? All right, Evan, man, you can start using doe estrus at the first sign of bucks chasing does. That's usually what we say. Whenever does start getting chased, it's time to use estrus, because that means they're starting to come in. So the immediate time of that, you can start using it. You want to use that buck urine from the first day of bow season all the way to the end. So when you use buck urine there at the first, you're not, you're just telling that other buck, hey, there's another buck here. He wants to just check out who the new guy is in the woods. He's going to run over there and see who it is. So use your buck urine. All right, we got another Facebook. This is Alton Horn from Springfield, Missouri. Says, I've heard that hunting a scrape right after a rain is best because the buck or bucks will want to refresh the scrape. Is this true? Heck, I think I even mentioned that a while ago, Alton. Yeah, they do like to freshen them up after a rain. They do. Now, they don't do it every time, or they might do it. Of course, you got to be there whenever they do it. They don't make just 1 or 2 scrapes. They do several. So. But they do. You do have, I think, a more likely chance to catch that buck after a rain, so they'll want to refreshen that scrape. I tell you, one of my favorite times to be in the woods is when a cold front's coming through and it's raining. I like to be in the woods right before it's about to quit. Because if you can be in the woods, especially up there in the Midwest, when the rain's in there and you're set up, as soon as that rain quits and it's pre-rut or peak of the rut, man, that seems like it just brings them alive right after that. When that rain stops and, man, they hit it. And they'll refresh in those scrapes during that time. So yeah, you want to be there. We got another Facebook. Nope, we got a commercial break. Folks, we'll be right back.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Introducing Scent Defense, a revolutionary 3-in-1 formula from Top Secret. Infused with antimicrobial silver copper synergy technology to attack odor before it starts. Fortified with NeuroX to attack and repel insects instantly. Scent Defense is specifically formulated to attract deer while simultaneously destroying odor. Scent Defense, the 3-in-1 formula for success.
All right, folks, we're back. And hey, we're going to hit back some, we got a lot of Facebook questions. Like I said a while ago, man, we got a lot of questions coming in this time of year. And man, we got flooded this week with questions. So trying to get caught up on a lot of those. We got Bill Wright from Marshall, Michigan. Says, how do you make mature nocturnal bucks get up and active in the day? Well, Bill, that's not an easy thing to do, man, because that's how they got to be mature, is not being stupid. It's tough. It's tough. But one way that, if you ever been to Don's seminar, he does touch on that subject of a nocturnal buck. What you can do, try this. If you really got a good mature buck that you're really wanting to kill and he's nocturnal, go in there. It doesn't matter. Take the foam or the regular estrus if it's that time of year. If not, use the buck urine. But if it's during the rut or the peak of the rut, take the estrus. Go in there. It doesn't matter what time of day you do it. Let's say 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's just use that for an example. Go in there 8 o'clock in the morning. You want to put it out, and then leave. All right. You want to make sure to wear rubber boots. Get in there, put it out, and then leave. All right. So you want to do that. And when buck comes, he smells it. Well, there was a deer here. All right. So then next day, you're going to do the same exact thing. You go in there, 8 o'clock, you're going to put your scent out and then leave. So what you're doing there, that buck is, now he's kind of patterning when that smell is. So guess what that buck's going to do after the third or fourth day? Well, he's smelling that and he's like, man, I missed it. I missed that daggum deer again. So if you do it 3 or 4 days, on the third or fourth day, and you go in there, you're hunting this time, put it out, and you're in the tree, he may be there a little earlier next time trying to catch that deer. You may bring him out of there. So that's just something that works sometimes, not all the time, but and also sometimes I forget, but I always use that grunt whenever you're using scent as well, and it's just a great combination because it really confirms, to the buck that, if he's hearing that grunt and he's smelling, that gives him just another confirmation of that deer. So, all right, another Facebook, we got Clint Joyner from Valdosta, Georgia. It says, I sit on a 2-acre food plot within 75 yards of a scrape line that's in the thick timber. Should I just sit tight where I'm at or get into the woods? Well, Clint, that's a great question, and it all depends. There's a couple of factors. Let's see, you're on the food plot itself. Early season, I like to be on the food plot because the bucks and the does have had no pressure for the previous 8 months, 9 months. They had no pressure. So being on the food plot is great. Now, after that first 2, 3, 4 weeks, of course, depends on what part of the country you live. I'm basing this on Alabama. You're in Georgia, so I'm assuming you're talking about Georgia. First of the season, I'll be on the food plot. That'd be great. Now, once that pressure of deer hunters gets into the woods and those bucks and does start getting more scarce and they start hiding more, they're going to be a little less apt to be wanting to come out in that food plot, or if they do, they're going to start coming out late. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll get into the woods or well around that food plot and they'll stage up back there, and they'll time it to darkness. So they'll get out there, of course, and they're coming to that food plot, but they're going to time it to darkness, and they're going to stage up out there, 7,500 yards from the food plot. There's no set distance, but they will stay out there and stage up. So at that time, I always like to move into the woods after the deer really start getting spooky for all the pressure in the woods. So then move into the woods and give it a try, definitely. Especially if you're a bow hunter, I don't have any problem moving right off that plot into the woods. Especially in the afternoon, I'll sit on the plot early season. It's just a great time to catch a relaxed buck or a relaxed doe. You can get some meat. When that pressure gets on, get into the woods and see what happens. You'll like it. In the mornings, I always like to be in the woods because in the mornings, a lot of times the bucks and does are cruising back from feeding at night, and they're cruising back to their bedding area. So if you can get on a good trail coming from a food plot, or if you're on a trail that you're sitting outside some real thick cover where they like to bed, and you're in a great transition area, that's where you want to be in the morning time. But in the afternoon, definitely a food source early season, and then move into the woods as a pressure. That kind of adjusts that time. It pushes, you'll be able to tell if they're coming out late or something, move into the woods. So, all right, we got another Facebook. This is Adam Seebecker from Austin, Wisconsin. It says, "It seems when I put estrus out, I see far less does. Do does that are not in estrus stay away from does in estrus?" Well, Adam, that's a great question. I don't think we've had that question before. And it's funny you say that. I've had in the past, when I've used other products, other deer scents, I've had it spook does off. Sometimes it just flat makes them mad and they get gone. But I've never had that happen with Top Secret. And I don't know if it's because of the freshness it is or what, but I've never had a doe be afraid of it. So now, answer to the second part of your question, if they're not in estrus, it's possible they want to stay away. But now, if they've already started coming in, man, and it ain't gonna bother them, especially Top Secret. It just doesn't bother them. If they don't want to be messed with, if they're at the point they just don't want to be fooled with, they may stay away from that estrus because they don't want to be messed with, and that does happen sometimes. But I think that's less than more than often. So I don't have a problem using it. It doesn't spook does for us. We've never observed that, so I think you're safe there. All right, we got another Facebook. We got Daniel Rarig, Warrenton, Virginia. Says, "My disability prevents me from walking a long distance, thus I use an ATV to get within a couple of 100 yards of my blind. Do ATVs scare deer?" Well, Daniel, you're in Virginia. I'm assuming that's where you're hunting. ATVs, man, they're loud. And especially up in states where the sound really travels, there's a lot of fields and things like that, man, you can hear those ATVs a long way off. So either one of two things I would do. We use electric vehicles because of that. Those deer have really associated danger with ATVs. I think some people may disagree with that, but I know for a fact I've seen them take off just from hearing an ATV, not even within 100 yards, and they get gone. So I don't like it. I think it really spooks them. If you got access or can get an electric vehicle, I think you'll really like it. I mean, if you can, if there's no problem doing that, why not try it? That really takes your chances, because I mean that electric vehicle's quiet. You can slip up there, man, without even, they don't even hear it. So if you hadn't already tried that, you might try it. Now, I don't know how far you have to drive an electric vehicle, but these days, man, they've made so many improvements on them now. Used to, all you had was golf carts, and so going up steep hills was tough. It burned motors up bad. I burned up many motors going up steep hills in our property. But now, with the Polaris and Bad Boy Buggy and all the ones that are on the markets now, man, they can climb hills. They can go a long ways on a full charge. So, man, I tell you, I'd strongly consider, Daniel, getting an electric vehicle to hunt. To ATV, man, I would much rather have an electric vehicle. All right, we got another Facebook. This is Bo DeHaas from Gainesville, Georgia. It says, deer in the rut, do you believe it's better to hunt the doe on the food source or heavy cover where the deer travel from bedding? Well, man, it all depends, because they both could be great. It all depends on the area you're hunting. During that time of year when the rut's hot and heavy, that buck, that's when his buck gets killed. His nose is going to get him killed right then, because he smells that estrus or smells that doe, and he'll run out on a food plot. Yes, and that'll get him killed. So it all depends. Either one. To me personally, what I like to do is in that time of the year, I'll definitely in the mornings I'm hunting heavy cover travel routes, going from bedding. They feed, of course, in the morning, but they're also moseying on back to bedding areas. So that's where I'll hunt, on trails, heavy cover, stuff like that. Afternoon, during the rut, I'd love to be on a food plot. If there's good sign, good scrapes, there's got to be good sign for me to do that. If not, I'd much rather be in the woods. So down here, there's likely to still be a lot of acorns on the ground during that time of year. It doesn't get as cold down here. So I just prefer the woods. I'm a bow hunter, so I do prefer the woods. There's lots of times I do like to be on a plot. That's one of them. But you want to have good sign on the plot as well. Scrapes, rubs around the plot. If you got that, I'd like to be on there. All right, we got another Facebook. We got JC Baxter from Plattsmouth, Nebraska. Says, how often should I use doe estrus? Every time I go out? Every other time? What do you think? Well, JC, use it every time, man. You have to buy a bottle a day. No, man. JC, look, whenever the first sign of does being chased is when you want to start using estrus. So, man, I use it, when it comes to that time of the season, I use it every hunt. It's just great. I tell you what, using doe estrus and couple it with a good grunt call, a good tending grunt, man, it can bring you some great success. Every time you go out during that time, when it's time to use estrus, use it every time you go out. That's what I think, absolutely. And so I use a lot of it. How much do you use? It's all personal. If you can smell it, they can smell it real good. So keep that in mind. So, folks, that tune means it's time to close the show. So appreciate you tuning in this week. And Mr. Don Bell will be back next week, and we'll be doing this thing all over again, and hunting season's in full gear. So hopefully we'll get some big buck pictures this week, and we'll share them next week on the show.